Hello, everyone. This is Beth Babcock, and I'm delighted to be with all of you and to welcome you to our 2020 convening of the Economic Mobility Exchange. I miss you guys. I miss you. And I think back and am thinking back to the wonderful conferences and convenings we've had in the past and how much I would like to be with all of you in person and to feel the energy from all of you and to really be one-on-one in a way that, of course, the virtual world cannot permit us to be. But that being said, I'm talking to you live, and I'm sending out all kinds of congratulations for the great work that you've been doing this year, and welcome to the great work that you're going to do during the convening, and to say how very, very much we miss you and we appreciate you, and we feel your presence even when you're far away. So welcome to the 2020 convening, and we got a lot ahead, a lot of wonderful, wonderful things ahead in the couple of days that we're going to be spending together. So first of all, I want to brag about you a little bit, and I want to say a little bit about the wonderful stuff that you've been doing. First of all, we have right now, as of right now, I think, about 250 of you signed into this convening, which, think about that, if we were all in a room together, that would be pretty impressive. And we think actually that others may be joining us as the time goes on. So welcome to all 250 of you. You know, you represent 143 organizations that are now in the exchange. And I guess when we started this thing back in 2014, you know, we had big dreams, but well, this is really something else. And your 143 organizations are stretched all across the United States and 4 other countries. And you're going to be hearing a lot more as the convening goes on about just the many disparate, far-flung, and wonderful places that you represent and communities that you represent. In your exchange materials and also on the exchange portal, you're going to find the 2020 impact report. And I hope all of you will actually look at it. And when you look at it, you'll really realize how much you've accomplished over this past year. In this past year, we have learned so much from each other, so many wonderful things about how to improve and strengthen this work. And for the organizations who have reported data to us, I believe it was 19 programs that reported detailed data to us from the exchange, we have seen amazing gains, even during the craziness that has been 2020. During 2020, including the pandemic and the economic crash and all the other things that we've been dealing with, the organizations who submitted data from the exchange actually increased the earnings of their participants an average of $5,736 a year. The year ending in July of this year. So including many months of very significant turmoil in the world around us, $5,736. Think about that kind of income gain and what it represents for all of the participants whose lives have been affected. You on average increased bridge scores by 7 points, and 7 points in a bridge score is, you know, you guys know, that is potentially life-changing increases in education and improvements in housing, savings, debt reduction. It really represents significant steps ahead for the families that you're serving. And last but not least, the goals that you put together with your participants, the goals that you set, had a 77% successful achievement rate. This is your work. 77% successful achievement rate. Do you know that that is double, more than double, the average goals completion rates of university students who are goal setting? We have references on that for you. And 3 times the goals completion rates of many health and behavioral studies on smoking cessation or education completion or savings completion. The research that's out there suggests that on average people complete goals successfully that they set for themselves between, you know, around 25 to 30%. And you guys are doing 77% goals completion success. So it is amazing to me what you guys have accomplished this year. And it has been a year. It continues to be a year. It has been a year of pandemics, a year of fires, a year of economic crisis, a year of social strife and advocacy for changes in racial equity. These have been, I think we can all agree, and certainly for me, the most trying times I've ever worked in. And yet, what the exchange has done this year is shown that when we come together real time in a real way, we can help each other not only navigate these kinds of crises and change, but we can help each other triumph over them. You know, when all of the craziness hit back in March, what did you guys do? You quickly banded together in the exchange and you talked about the things that you were coping with, the issues that you were struggling with, the need to provide ways for your staff to deal with their own stresses and struggles, the need to provide your staff with better tools for virtual coaching, the need to provide better real-world approaches to creating equity and inclusion within your organizations. And not just sort of theoretical things, but in the moment, by the week, in weekly meetings, you came together to set agendas for dealing with the problems that you were facing and finding strength, support, caring, and ideas, real world ideas from each other. You know, when we started this exchange, we hoped that that's what would happen, that we would bring all of your talents, all of your energy and vision together to take this together and harness it to create better ways of helping families get ahead, better ways of helping families achieve their goals, better ways of supporting staff to do this very, very difficult work in ways that would be stronger and more impactful. And that's exactly what you did. And so when all of this crisis erupted this year, people would say to me, oh, how are you coping? Oh, it's terrible. How are you guys surviving? And the answer I could give people is that we were actually navigating it better than most. We in the exchange were navigating it better than most because we had built the structures for resilience. We had built the structures to draw on each other and learn from each other and help each other solve problems in ways that made the whole of us greater than the sum of the parts. So I can tell you, I have slept at night because of you. I've been able to know that I didn't have to, as the CEO of EMPath, I didn't have to solve the world's problems alone, but that you know, there would be answers in the places where I couldn't find them, you would find them. And in the answers where we together couldn't find them, that we would work on them together and thereby be stronger in the process. This has been a heck of a year for me and for everyone in my organization. And it's been a year in which I have really realized the power of what we've built together, the power that is the exchange. It's my hope that in the time that we have ahead, in these 2 days and in the conference next week, that what you're going to do is even have more of that experience of drawing on each other and learning. You know, the goal of this work is that you should go back to your own organizations with at least 2 new ideas that you can directly apply to strengthen your work. And we're hoping that that metric is going to be hit as it's been hit in prior conferences and convenings. We hope that you're going to feel the support and get the mojo from the new ideas from each other. And we hope that you're also going to feel the pride of recognizing just how far you have come as organizations, how far we've come together, and what we're accomplishing. The conference is going to be, I think, very, very important. It is going to help us reveal a look into the future. You know, the goal of this conference is 2020 vision. We want to help everybody have a crystal ball as to some of the big changes that are going on now that are going to affect the way that we do our work and affect our participants' lives, and hopefully prepare us to better position ourselves to be ahead of these changes that are happening in the world around us. And to sort of jump to the chase with my own presentation at the conference next week, what I'm going to be telling people is that the changes that we are seeing in the world, the changes in jobs and where they are and how to help our participants get into family sustaining, wage paying jobs, the changes in our economy, the changes in education and training platforms, the way people are learning and are going to continue to be learning, the changes in automation and how that automation is going to impact traditional case management, what we've thought of as case management in the past. You know, we think of the changes in the world of work and in the education platforms as something that's affecting the world out there, not necessarily us as organizations. But what I'm going to be trying to say is that it's impacting us too, and that we are going to have to radically change over the years ahead the way we work to retain our relevance and value as organizations, and to really help our participants through the churning world that is what is our world now. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about these changes, because I've seen in the past 6 months what it takes to navigate change. And I've seen all of you do it, and I've seen us do it together. And so I think this crystal ball gazing that we're doing is simply to better prepare us to navigate what we're going to be doing together and ahead. What's ahead for the exchange itself is really exciting. I can tell you, we can't say who the funder is yet, but we have been given a significant infusion of support to help us better help you. We have been given a huge award that you'll be hearing more details about in the months ahead, to basically help us provide better infrastructure, better training capacity for you, better support for you, and other resources to help you with your work. And I'm hoping that you'll find that we're going to be able to create, because of that, even more powerful tools for you to use to create even more supports for your participants and better outcomes in the future than even the astounding ones that you've been creating so far. We cannot be complacent. The world is going to change whether we want it to or not. And our participants' needs and our staff needs are going to be extraordinary, as they have been over the past 6 months. But I know that together we are going to be the best positioned to really create economic mobility gains for our participants through our services and to help our participants. So I want to thank all of you for being a part of what is this brain trust we call the exchange, this heart trust we call this the exchange, this place of shared work, shared vision, shared support. And I'm really, really looking forward to the rest of the convening and the conference ahead. So thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful, wonderful convening, and for all your many gifts last year and in the years ahead. Now, I'm happy to say that I'll be turning this platform over to Rashima Rainey, who will be continuing this welcome. And Rashima is our member of our exchange team, our director of relationships in our exchange team. And I hope that you just have the best convening ever. Thank you very much, and off to you, Rashima.
Welcome to the 2020 Exchange Member Convening. We're so excited about the next several days we get to spend with all of you, our members. Under usual circumstances, you all would be here with us in Boston. However, the exchange team has worked tirelessly to bring us together virtually to learn and share some of the great work we've done over this past year. Speaking of our work, the 2020 Annual Member Report is now available. The collective impact we've made as an exchange is documented throughout this report. What a collective impact it has been. A total of 45 exchange member organizations have implemented the model. 17 members submitted data from 20 different programs. And what we've learned from that data is that over 1,500 households received mobility mentoring service over this past year. The number of goals set per program ranged from 21 to 470. Reporting programs saw a 7-point increase in bridge score using the Bridge to Self-Sufficiency. Programs demonstrated 77% goal achievement rate. And individual rates ranging from 40% to 100%. These successes were accompanied by an average $478 in increase in monthly income. Way to go, exchange members. So without further ado, let's see who's here with us today. All the way from California, Mommy and Mimosas, AbleWorks, Center for Human Services, Jewish Family Services in San Diego Unified School District. From Colorado, welcome, Warren Village, Enterprise. From Florida, Branches. All the way from Maine, the Opportunity Alliance, New Ventures, Maine. From Indiana, Monroe County United Ministries and United Way of Bartholomew County. From Massachusetts, Can Do, Horizons for Homeless Children, Worcester Community Action Council, United South End Settlements, Boys and Girls Club of Dorchester, the Community Builders, Massachusetts General Hospital, Chelsea Health Center, Heading Home, and EMPath. From Maryland, Laurel Advocacy Referral Services, LARS. All the way from Michigan, Family Promise of Grand Rapids, and from Detroit, COTS, Coalition on Temporary Shelter, and Women's Resource Center. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, Avivo, the Family Partnership. From Nebraska, Nebraska Children's Home Society. From New Jersey, Children's Aid and Family Services. From my hometown, New York, the New York Fondling, Brooklyn Community Services, Restoration Plaza, Catholic Charities Brooklyn, Queens, and New York City Administration for Children's Services. From North Carolina, North Riley Ministries, Renaissance West Community Initiative, and Mecklenburg County. From Ohio, Nationwide Children's Hospital, Franklin County, Ohio, Celebrate One, Inspire, Reach Higher, Zeph Center, Columbus Works, and Mosaic Ministries. From Oregon, Community Services Consortium. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Episcopal Community Services, Achieving Reunification Center. From South Dakota, MHCH Foundation. From Tennessee, the Restoration House of East Tennessee. From Texas, the Catholic Charities. From Vermont, Vermont Works for Women. From Virginia, Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia, 4 Kids, and United Way of Southampton Roads. From Washington State, Career Path Services, University District Food Bank, Children's Home Society of Washington, YWCA, Washington State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, Bellevue School District, Snohomish County. All the way from Australia, Wishing. From Wisconsin, Children's Wisconsin. our exchange in the Netherlands, Platform 31. From the United Kingdom's Battery Center.